NVIDIA reaches new all-time highs after some more exciting news from the company's CEO. Here to share more about the biggest takeaways from the keynote and why the stock is still so important to the world is MarketBeat analyst Thomas Hughes. Thomas, is there another stock that gets just as much as attention as NVIDIA?
I mean, today there really isn't. It's really important for two reasons. One is the technology. It's moving to GPUs and its CUDA framework unlocked the power of AI that's now being harnessed, and it's capitalizing on that. It's driving results. The results are mind blowing. But also, it's important because of its position in the S&P 500. Right now, it's kind of tied with Apple to be the highest market cap, but as such, it has the most impact on the S&P 500. So any direction that the stock price moves will influence the S&P 500. And right now, it looks like the stock price will at least sustain its high levels, if not continue to trend higher.
Yeah, and the stock was reacting quite a bit early Tuesday, reaching new all-time highs just after this news came out, but then seeing a little bit of volatility again. Where do you think this stock is going to go? Is there a lot of volatility in the future just because of the big news in this announcement?
Well, I think that there could be some more volatility just because of how widely owned it is. Some people are going to sell into the rally to take profits. Others are going to use the dip to reposition and buy more shares. I think that the long-term trajectory is still upward because of the business outlook, the earnings outlook, the balance sheet, how much cash it has on hand, and the analyst sentiment. All those things tell me higher stock prices are coming.
Yeah, let's talk about that analyst sentiment. How are they reacting to the news from this keynote?
Well, right. So immediately after the report, within the first few hours, MarketBeat picked up a single analyst revision, or not really a revision, it's a reiterated target that MarketBeat picked up from Benchmark. That company rates the stock as a buy and sees it rising above the consensus, which is implying about 10 to 15% upside right now. The commentary came from Dan Ives at Wedbush. We really like him. He's a good analyst covering tech. He came out of this event being even more bullish on NVIDIA, saying the company is building on its first mover position and advancing the lead it has over its competition.
And there's a lot of reasons after hearing last night's keynote to be bullish on this stock. Let's go through some of the highlights of what came out in Jensen Huang's speech last night.
There are several important advances that they talked about, that the two that really stand out to me are the push into autonomous driving and into personal computing. So they announced several advancements and developments and some platforms and frameworks that are meant to aid robotics and autonomous driving. That's huge because autonomous driving is the future of the automobile industry, but also for many other aspects of our society, including robotics. We want to have self-driving autonomous vehicles, but also robots and other machinery. And then the other big important news is the push into AI for PCs. They've announced some advancements in the RTX series, which is good for the gaming computers, and also some other advancements that are going to help put AI into PCs very soon.
Yeah, lots of exciting news on both of those fronts. I think the getting into the autonomous driving, the robotics thing makes them even more of a competitor with Tesla. And so far, we've talked about NVIDIA really being more of a competitor with AMD and other companies like that. But this feels like a direct competition to some of Tesla's recent developments.
Well, right. A thought that I've had about this is that NVIDIA didn't really try to spark the AI revolution. It just kind of stumbled upon it. And up till now, the GPUs and the AI since have been very generic. They allow AI to happen. Now NVIDIA is pushing into specialization and making these GPUs specific for industries, and that's where the threat to Tesla and other companies comes. Tesla's banking on a shift in its own business to autonomous driving. Its future is centered on the robo taxis. NVIDIA is certainly a threat to them. They could easily come out with autonomous driving technology that surpasses Tesla. I mean, really any time. And as it is, NVIDIA's partnered with Uber. Uber's also pretty big into the push for autonomous driving. So together they make a pretty powerful team, I think, that could really give Tesla a run for its money.
Yeah, if you are looking for an investment like one of these two companies where you can really get that next big growth story, check out our latest free report. It's a premium report on marketbeat.com about the next companies that could be even bigger than NVIDIA, Tesla, or even Google. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code to check out that free premium report on marketbeat.com. All right, Thomas, so let's get to the other important announcement in last night's keynote, and that is about the chips. Let's talk about Blackwell.
Yeah, well, Blackwell, they say, is in full production, and that's really great news. That means that the outlook for this year's earnings will probably be met, if not exceeded, and that's going to drive sentiment and the stock price. With these other developments, especially with some of these new products slated to come out in the first quarter, I see the company outperforming consensus this year and driving a continual, persistent upgrade cycle among analysts.
Now, as we've talked about NVIDIA on this channel over the past few months, the Blackwell and all of the chip developments have really been the focus of NVIDIA's growth. And of course, it's going to continue to be a big factor for this company. But I think this keynote has people and investors excited because it seems like there's an even bigger future ahead for NVIDIA.
Right, there really is. Up till now, the AI story has been about data centers. Data centers are where AI lives and where it's trained and where all the apps are being developed and where they function. But eventually, that AI technology will become smallerized. It'll fit in the palm of your hand. And so then, what is NVIDIA going to do then? It's not going to be able to sell GPUs the way that it does now. So this news shows the company building on this advantage, expanding into applications and new product verticals that are going to sustain its business long into the future.
Now, what does this news mean for the stock market as a whole? In the past, we've seen the whole market really follow what happens with NVIDIA's stock.
I think it's good news for the market. It should keep investors interested. It should keep NVIDIA's market cap right up there where it is, if not moving higher. It certainly is an affirmation of the outlook, and that's good news for the trend.
All right. Well, some great analysis today, Thomas. Thank you for breaking down the latest NVIDIA news for us. You can find plenty of other NVIDIA videos right here on our channel. Thank you again for watching us here on MarketBeat. And as always, happy investing.